A lot of people use the term odds in place of the term probability or chances. However, odds has a very special definition, and it's definitely different than a probability, although it's another way to form a probability on a different scale. What are the odds? Odds range from 0 to infinity, while probability can only go from 0 to 1. Odds are going to be stated in two different ways in the media, and we're going to learn to convert them to probabilities. The first way is the odds in terms of two numbers, and we'll call these A and B. The odds of A to B for an outcome means that the probability of the outcome is A divided by A plus B. So the odds of 5 to 1 for a team winning is another way of saying the probability of the team winning is 5 out of 6. Think about it. If the odds are 5 to 1 for a team winning, that means they win 5 for every 1 that they lose. That means they win 5 out of every 6 games. So that's how we get this 5 out of 6. Or you can use the formula A is 5 and B is 1. 5 over 5 plus 1 is 5 over 6. Lots of times odds are reported in this first way in terms of two numbers in sports. Now the second way is the way that you're going to see in scientific research. Especially you nursing majors, you're going to see the odds and odds ratios reported quite frequently in articles. When the odds are reported in terms of one number, we're going to call it, I was going to call it O for odds, but it looks like a 0. So we're going to go ahead and change this to the Greek letter theta, just so it doesn't look like a 0. Then, if the odds are reported to you in terms of one number, then the probability is the odds over 1 plus the odds. So the odds of 5 for a team winning is another way of saying the probability of the team winning is 5 over 6. So you have to pay attention in questions about the odds when I'm asking you to change them to a probability. If we gave you two numbers, you need to use the first formula, and if we gave you one number, then you use the second formula. So, if the odds are 18 to 2 for a team winning, then the probability of the team winning is estimated to be what? So this is given to us in terms of two numbers. So we'll call this A, and we'll call this B. If it's 18 to 2, that means that they win 18 games out of every 20. 18 wins plus the 2 losses. So the probability ends up being 18 out of 20, which we know reduces to 9 over 10. If the odds are 9 that a team wins, then how do you compute the probability? Well, that's our one number formula. So we gave you the odds in terms of one number, so that would be theta equals 9. And this means that the probability is theta over 1 plus theta, which is 9 over 1 plus 9, which is 9 over 10. Note that probabilities are intuitive for us to understand, especially when we convert them to a percentage. They give us the chance of something happening. Odds are just the odds. It's a different way to quantify the likelihood of something happening. You may be wondering why we would do that, why we would take a perfectly good probability and report it as an odds on the odds scale and make you convert it back to a probability. It turns out there are some fancy statistical methods we don't cover in this course. However, there are some fancy statistical methods where it is theoretically better to use the odds than it is to use the probabilities.